Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be checking out a new subreddit. Yes, indeedy. One called r/today I effed up. They for sure have a lot of not safe for work content on that certain subreddit. So I cannot guarantee that this is something you want to listen to outside. Now, I think I've made it quite clear that I am a channel for over 18s only. So make sure your sprogs ain't listening, basically. Anyway, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening to today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. I would appreciate it very muchly. I'm kind of going slightly insane doing these at midnight at the moment, so it would make me feel a lot better. Okay, first post. Today I effed up. I accidentally went to a networking event for black people, and I am white. So the post says, accidentally went to a networking event for black people. I am white. I feel terrible. I feel I've really messed up here and I am mortified. I would be so mortified too, just for the fact I'd be like, oh my God, it's going to look like I've done this on purpose to be an a-hole. I've been out of a job for ages, so when I saw a post on LinkedIn about a networking event hosted by a company, a different company's venue, that said it was an event open to everyone working in my industry, looking to network with people who work in roles like mine, I jumped at the chance and RSVP'd to the email in the post. I should have looked up the hosting company. It's actually not a company, it's a network for black people who work in my industry. I am a white woman with blonde hair, so when I arrived at the event, I realised my mistake, and probably so did everyone else. I had two choices when I realised. 1. Make a fake excuse and leave the event immediately so that I am out of the way, but this could have been offensive, like I didn't want to be there. 2. Stay open-minded, open heart, try to listen and see if I can learn how to be a better ally to level up those who are more junior in the industry than me, and do the networking. I chose option 2. Was that the right choice? Everyone I spoke to was so lovely and welcoming, particularly the hosts, and I did some networking, but I can't shake the guilt and embarrassment. I'm such an idiot. I literally cried all the way home, over an hour, and can't stop. Should I message the host to apologise profusely? How do I make this right? Is it better just to leave it? I want to say that I am so sorry for not doing research into the people hosting the event and for taking that ticket, which meant that someone else didn't get one. And also for potentially making it a less safe feeling space for everyone else. It would be good to understand if an apology would be well received or if it would make it even worse. Did I do the right thing in staying rather than just leaving? Am I blowing this out of proportion or did I really mess up badly? I can totally understand feeling bad because obviously it's quite well known that in corporate spaces, I don't know where you are in the world, but say you're in somewhere like the UK or America, it's very well known that unfortunately people of colour do not get the same opportunities as people who look pasty and half dead like I do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's well known, so I can totally understand feeling so awful for going there and taking up space that somebody else who deserves it could have had. TLDR, I am a white woman and I thought I was going to a certain event, but it turned out it was an event hosted by a network for black professionals in my industry. Do I need to apologise to the hosts or would that make it even worse? I personally have no idea. I don't feel like it's my place to say how you should deal with that. Edit, thank you to everyone who's commented on this. I really appreciate other perspectives, both from those who gave advice and also those who found it funny. Knowing that it was probably just confusing and funny rather than offensive and entitled that I was there has helped me chill out about it, to be honest. Also adding that I'm not in the USA. I'm going to take this as a learning to do my research. And I also have some great new connections with my industry now. Yeah, what a faux pas. Edit to clarify stuff. I also should add that I know my emotional reaction isn't normal for most people. It's just something that I struggle with. I'm working on it. Edit 2. There was this guy I chatted to who had brought his teenage daughter so that she could meet other people who were like her, who were already in the types of positions that she aspires to. This industry is underrepresented in terms of POC, and specifically black women. He was trying to prove to her that this industry has space for young women like her. Oh, that's really nice. I hope it's given her like a really good confidence boost in her future career. It was an event with a long wait list of those who didn't manage to get a ticket. I couldn't stop thinking that I'd taken the place of another person just like her. I think that's where a lot of my guilt was coming from. And then down in the comments, E30 Boy says, this reminds me of the post in the Black Jeep Owners group where a white dude with a black Jeep joined completely misunderstanding it. Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, see, that's why it probably is better to look into things a little closer so you don't go making a tit out yourself, turning up somewhere that isn't for you. And then lucky number 11 says, first comment reminds me of the guy that joined r/trees and gave a full essay on his favourite tree species before he noticed. It absolutely blew up and was such a cool experience. How deep does this go? What is r/trees if not to talk about trees? Someone enlighten me because now I'm curious. And then Possum Null, I think, has shared a screenshot from r/BBW saying, I'm looking for a part for my propane smoker, but I can't seem to find quite what I need. Maybe y'all can help. And then someone commented back saying, this is a sub for naked fat chicks. I think you wanted r/barbecue. And then they commented back saying, well, shite, y'all have fun now. Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. You know what? Sometimes, there's no malice. It's just a complete faux pas. And, you learn. You live and you learn, don't you? To be a bit more careful when checking if an event is actually aimed at you or not. Next post. Today I effed up by trying to clear ice and accidentally ending up on my neighbourhood Facebook group. There is a huge block of ice blocking the drain that drains the water from the road. That was a tongue twister and a half. I'm not going to tell you how many takes that took. I'll let you guess. Because of this, water has been gathering in a big puddle on the road and creating a growing pothole visible under the water. On the colder days, it freezes and makes the road slippery, and I bet it also makes the bloody pothole bigger because that's what happens when water gets in and freezes. Ask me how I know. Our roads are terrible around here. I live extremely rural. People have called the city about this and nothing gets done. The city workers don't operate in this area. Anyways, after slipping on this ice for what seems like the 100th time during my daily commute, when I made it home, I grabbed a snow shovel and started breaking the ice to free the drain. The ice was really stubborn and I couldn't see the drain, but I knew it was there. After a few hours, I decided to call it a day. The next day, I used a saw to saw the ice. Still, it didn't budge. Then I used a pickaxe on the ice. It worked better than the shovel. Still, I couldn't completely break through the meter of ice. I decided to put more road salt on it in a last attempt. After that, I went back inside. I checked my Facebook, and there was a post on the community group that said, whoever is the parent of that kid breaking the ice, please get your kid. They are blocking the road. Okay. Where I live, no one wants to splash a kid with road water because it is like the bare minimum of what you can get sued for. So, nobody wanted to drive by too fast. They all drove slowly to avoid splashing what they thought was somebody else's kid. I told the original poster that it was my kid and asked them to take the picture down. They did take the picture down. I knew I was short, but I didn't know I was that short. Okay. TLDR tried to clear ice off a drain near the road, ended up mildly inconveniencing others. Someone took my picture and posted it on the local Facebook group thinking I was someone's kid. Honestly, local Facebook groups are an absolute menace and a treasure at the same time. My local Facebook group, it cracks me up. People post in there all the time saying, whose cat is this? Whose cat is this? There's a stray cat, there's a cat lost. Someone, oh, come get your cat if this is your cat. It looks lost. It's turned up by my back door. Now, for context, in the UK, if you adopt a cat, you have to sign an agreement saying that you will allow your cat to be an outdoor cat. Now, whether you do or not, is a different matter. But it's encouraged for some reason in the UK to have your cat as an outdoor cat. So there are a lot of them because it's just the done thing here. Mine aren't. Mine are inside babies. But a lot are, which makes it so funny that everyone's like, oh my God, there's a lost cat. It's like, mate, it's probably just one from down the road. Cats can travel for miles a day. Leave it be. Stop snatching people's cats up and taking them to the flaming shelters. How do they not know this? Or the other one that gets me a lot is, there was one the other day, actually. It was not far from my street, and they were saying, oh, there's a weirdo walking around at 2 a.m. They're taking pictures of this person outside of their window and whatever. It was just someone going back and to from their car to ready themselves for like work and put all their stuff in for work because, oh, shock horror, not everyone works a 9 to 5. But it's just so funny how people get so delirious over the most silly things on these Facebook groups. Edit, the block of ice was a snack down. I don't know what that means. Someone ploughed the road and piled the snow into the drain. It compacted into only a metre. Oh, okay. Edit 2, when I came home today, the day after I made this post, someone had removed a neat square of the ice around the drain, allowing the road to drain properly. Well, that's good. At least somebody came out and did something with it. And then down in the comments, SGA Fixer says, no good deed goes unpunished. True that. And then Nittany Scout says, leave it to Facebook users to complain about literally anything. Again, true that. And then Cooper Stonebadge says, average Facebook user, anyone know anything about that helicopter? Oh my God, yeah. I live very close to one of the RAF training grounds, so we get them going over all the time. And I mean, constantly, day in, day out. Yes, it was hard to get used to. Yes, in the beginning it was annoying as it sounds, but I got used to it because you got to think they practice flying low over the houses. My house, I am in one of the flight paths, especially when it's like the big two thingied, helicopters. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a helicopter aeroplaney kind of person. So yeah, they get very loud and people go on all the time. Oh, there's a lot of helicopters about. Do you think someone's gone missing? Oh, there's someone on the run. It's like, mate, they're just practicing. You should know this by now. You've lived here for about 60 years, so you keep telling everybody. Okay, so we have found the post that I knew was in here somewhere that is not safe for work. Headphones in, guys, if you have company, okay? So today I effed up by coming home without telling my roommate. So, this did not happen today, but over the weekend. On Friday, I was supposed to leave for another city to visit my family after already driving for 2 hours. I realised that I forgot the gift I got from my brother back at home, so I had to come back. It was around midnight when I reached back. I assumed my roommate is asleep, so I could get in and get out quick without disturbing him. So, this is where the F up happened, which is making me question reality and everything I thought I knew about human behaviour, hygiene, and the strength of IKEA furniture. I walk in, headphones on my head, keys jangling as I silently unlock the door and casually walk into my house, only to be greeted by a sight that I thought only happens in movies. There, in the middle of our shared living room, surrounded by a tangled mess of limbs, latex and sheer audacity, was my roommate. Bold, glorious, shiny, sweating like a Thanksgiving turkey in a sauna. This was one hell of a way to find out that my roommate and his partner were into swinging. I moved in 2 months ago and never thought I would see this side of my roommate. Now, I have seen exactly 0 group activities prior to this, but I know this was just elite tier degenerate behaviour. There was a strange bare backside and balls on the table where I had my dinner last night. No! Oh no! Oh, come on, get it together. There was music, there was snacks and masks apparently. Now we are just now we are just staring at each other. No one really knows what to do. Then this one guy thought it was the right time to introduce himself. Do not shake his hand. You don't know where that's been or who it's been on. There is apparently a variety of choice where that hand could have been. I had never met Greg before, and I would have preferred to meet him in a setting where his face was not between someone's thighs. And then me and my roommate made eye contact, and the man just said, "Hey man, you're back early. I did not expect you until Monday." I just nodded my head, apologised, and said I forgot something, dashing into my room. I grabbed what I wanted and just got out. They had not moved from their positions. Sure, they had separated, but were still buck naked on the couch that I usually use to watch TV. Ugh. I rushed out and did not look back, even though I did hear my roommate say something as I was leaving. He did apologise over text the next morning, saying, "Sorry about the mess, I wish you would have texted before coming back," but it was still quite a surreal experience. And the best part, I've still got 10 months left on this lease. There is no amount of Febreze strong enough to cleanse what I've seen, and I think from now on, I will eat and watch TV in my room. Now, depending on where you are, first off, Febreze is terrible for antibacterial, just about anything. What you need for the stank and any productions from their activities that may have got on the furniture, you can get something. It's called Wee Away. This is in the UK. I don't know what the equivalent would be anywhere else. It's an enzyme cleaner, gets the stank right out. I only know that because obviously having had kids, and kids at one point in their lives when they're quite young will just pee on anything. Also, having pets, when they're not very well, they again will just pee on anything. It's great to keep in. An enzyme cleaner will get the smell out and it will not come back. And then just Dettol. Straight Dettol. I mean, to be honest, seems like an eye bath would be good too. TLDR, came home early, unannounced, and walked in on my roommate and his partner engaging in devilish acts with another couple. I mean, do you know what? Whatever you do in your spare time, you do you. Get it. Get it from everyone if you... Apparently. It's cool. Whatever. But don't do it in the living room if you share a house with someone. Like, what are you doing? And then fresh result 5684 says, yeah, you're not obligated to text your roommate before you come home. Exactly. You shouldn't have to worry about having to message and give them a warning that you're coming home through fear that they're latexed up and getting down and dirty with half the street. Yeah, I'm not going to try and say that username. I tried about 3 times and I can't get it, okay? Just read it on the screen. It's the middle one. On the contrary, roommate is obligated to tell you that he's having a group activity. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And then Mithrondo says something worth adding to the lease next time. Yeah. I don't know how you would add that. Just be like, hey, if you fancy banging half the street, just let me know beforehand. Don't do it in shared spaces, because I don't want to eat my dinner where your bowls have been. Okay, I would say that is all we've got time for today. That last story, well, that was out of pocket, wasn't it, really? That poor OB and their eyes. I do have a comment from Micah. Says Pobre. I feel like I've probably butchered that, so my apologies. So you're up on the screen there, and feel free to tell me how to pronounce your username so I know if I pick out one of your comments again. It was from the last video that was about the woman letting her friend live with her, and her friend wanted to record like spicy content in her house. And they say, if she wants to film her spicy content in your house, you need to have a cut of the earnings. Or she could pay for a nice afternoon out for you and your family while she works. And I thought, you know what? That's not a bad shout. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, then I appreciate you very, very much. I hope you laughed at that last one as much as I did. That had me cracking up. It was the way it was written, I think. If you would like to leave a little like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that very, very much. And also it helps you find your way back here for more videos like this one. Goodbye.